program. I also spent the day with the speed skaters who won silver today. Let's go. We're going to have Jamal Shed and Jacoby Walter of the Raptors. But I wasn't here yesterday. You had the best show ever. I know this because you're the best. But because I wasn't here, can we talk about the halftime show real quickly?
I mean, anybody who watches this show since its inception, anybody who knows you, and myself included, the moment Ricky Martin showed up on screen, I was like, oh my God, Lindsay's going nuts right now. So I need to know, where were you when it happened? What was your can we get a reenactment of how you reacted to seeing Ricky Martin as part of the Bad Bunny halftime show?
Thank you. Thank you for letting me have this moment, because I truthfully have not been able to talk about it because life's been so crazy in the last 24 hours. For those listening right now, you will not see that I am wearing a vintage Ricky Martin tour shirt from 2000 when I saw him in Calgary. Someone in my family won tickets. So why do we have this? Because I went and saw him in concert. I was debating today, do I wear this one or the one I got him last time I saw he was in concert, or the concert before? This is from 1999 when I was lucky enough to go to Calgary to watch him. And it actually changed my life when it came to concert viewing, because I didn't know the production value existed like that. He brought out a freaking car. And then behind me, I have the original pressing of Ricky Martin's debut English album, which, for the record, when this was printed in the 1990-2000 era, vinyl was not cool. So this baby is still partially in the shrink wrap just because I value it so much. But let's just quickly talk about Ricky Martin. Yes, he is the best. I think I even said on the show how great it would be, or maybe we were having a conversation, if he just made an appearance. It would just be cool, but I was just being hopeful. I was in the airport I was in the airport sitting in the lounge at Billy Bishop. When halftime started, I straight up was watching it illegally because they didn't have it on any of the TVs there. And I was watching, like, okay, this is cool, like very productive. Like, it's great. The production value was fun. There was visually a lot going on. I loved it. It was entertaining as heck. And then when Ricky Martin came on, so keep in mind, I'm in the airport around 8:30 p.m., I screamed, like full on screamed in an airport of somebody probably getting hurt. And I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to lose our audience. But I screamed and people looking at me like, no, it's okay. And this is the one thing I appreciate. People from my hometown back in Regina, Saskatchewan, it was such a big deal when we won those concert tickets back in 1999. Like, he was at his peak then. That they were dropping off TV guides with his face on and stuff at our house. They were so excited. My phone blew up. People that watch this show or listen to this show are messaging me on Instagram. Former coworkers from other places are like, oh my God, Ricky Martin is back. But the whole bittersweet moment of this whole thing is it made me realize I am no longer a Shed head.
Oh.
How do we get there, Dan?
I don't know how we got there.
I was talking to Jamal Shed yesterday.
Real quick.
Yeah, I was talking to Jamal Shed yesterday at this Raptors City Social, and we were talking about halftime. He thought it was fire. I'm pretty sure he didn't say that. He used cool people terms. And then I'm like, yeah, what do you think of Ricky Martin? Do you know who he is? Didn't know who he was. Didn't even know he was the guy that made a cameo in there. Oh, wow. And it was the moment my heart broke, and Jamal Shed is no longer king and no longer the Shedhead. But Ricky Martin, baby, let's go. Go check out La Mordita. He's got a lot of great Spanish music that's come out. They've re-released this debut English album. Yeah, we got to stop talking about it.
Yeah, we saw the album in your background, Linz. We know. Okay. You're the only person with that album and Ricky Martin's family. That's cool.
Oh my gosh, the shade. I also have his album when he was with Menudo. That was like a Spanish kids group he was in. But anyways,
I'm kind of on Jamal Shed's page here. The only two
Ricky
Martin
who he
songs
is, though,
I know.
Right?
I do, but the only two Ricky Martin songs I really know are "Livin' La Vida Loca" and "The Cup of Life."
She bangs.
That's okay. Yeah.
Come on.
I know that one more because of William Hung than I know it.
Doesn't matter. You still know it. Does not matter. You know what?
Why do I remember William Hung? Anyways.
He does not bang. Anyways, let's talk about a big thing happening in the Olympics today, because we have Canada-US prelim game. Huge storyline going into this is that Captain MPP will not play. She's been ruled out, dealing with a lower body injury. We're going to say leg injury from what happened yesterday. Yeah. This, a bit of a frightening moment, I think, if people read this, but this she has like today's game to rest. I think tomorrow they take on Finland. But what do you actually want to see in the game today against USA?
Well, I know everybody's a little gutted right now for MPP. You know,
Yeah.
she's one of the best, still one of the best on the planet. She scored a ton of big goals, but you know what? Prelims don't matter. Okay, I know Canada hasn't lost a prelim game. Nick keeps telling me they haven't lost a prelim game since 1998, and this is a prelim game. So just like last year when the men lost to the U.S. in the Four Nations preliminary round, it didn't matter once you got to the end because as long as you win the gold medal, nobody really cares what happened in the prelim round. So if MPP's got a little bit of an injury, let her rest up, let her get ready for the gold medal game. Don't matter to me if you lose 7-8-9-0. That's cool. You know, like we can live as long as the gold medal game, you're ready to go for that one. You know, save whatever tricks you got in the bag for the gold medal game. Let the U.S. have this one, just like you let them have the rivalry series, and save your best for the gold medal match. That's what I'm telling myself today ahead of Canada USA.
I love this. This has kind of made me calm down a little bit because I just quickly went and looked at some social media reaction of people saying, oh, MPP is out. They're taking on Team USA. This is not good. But hey, that's exactly what they should do, is what you said. I would like them to
just lose 8-0.
Anyway.
You're probably not going to beat the U.S. twice in the tournament, so it's fine. Just, it doesn't matter. Today doesn't matter. Today's a prelim game. It's fine.
I have faith. I'm going to go different, that I think they could beat them twice, and maybe they'll just beat them 8-0 both times. But yeah, this is a little nerve-wracking, but like you said, you hope that she is well. I was in Montreal for big deep breath.
It's okay. We're going to be okay.
I'm worked up. You know that I'm worked up about this because MPP viewed as one of the best to ever lace up, not only just for Team Canada, but for women in hockey. And it's funny because I went to Montreal. I was there for like 14 hours and her photo was everywhere, whether it be at Billy Bishop or you go to Pearson or Montreal's airport. It's like she is everywhere. There's so much excitement surrounding her, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if you're right. We'll definitely discuss this tomorrow, but I do need to mention a really awesome show that people can follow along when this game is happening. You can watch them along Games Hockey Preview and live stream on Daily Faceoff's YouTube channel today. They have an all-star cast that will be calling it. You can learn about the rosters, some of the favorites, the dark horses. This is starting at 3 p.m. on Daily Faceoff's YouTube channel. I'm excited for it, but you pointed something out to me yesterday in our group chat. I did not see this photo yet of the men's team. So I would like you to describe for people that are listening and even anyone watching what we're seeing, Dan.
This is the Team Canada men's photo. I think they're in front of I Duomo, the big church there in Milano, and it looks like like something you would caption on Instagram, like "Boys Trip 2026 Milan," like that kind of a thing. And they're all fired up. Everybody's like looking happy and stuff. And then you've got Sid over on the side of the photo. He's like a little bit removed, hands in his pocket, and he looks like. What if you have like a student trip and the teacher is like the chaperone? Sid looks like the chaperone. Or if it's like, your U10 boys hockey tournament and the coach is just off to the side being like, these rascals over here. My goodness, can't keep these guys in line. And Sid's just there. He's just like all professional. It's the most Sidney Crosby photo I think you could imagine. He looks like one step into retirement with this photo. It's crazy.
I love that. I loved how you described it because I don't think there's any way to look at it any other way than what you said. And, you look at, some call him the rat in the front photo. Looks like he was trying to jump up and have a little funny moment besides Marner, which I never noticed till this moment. But yes, Sid, honestly, he reminds me of my dad when he would have to be a chaperone. Also, like when I would have school trips and they're off to the side, like I have to be in this photo, but not too close. Also, not going to wear anything else other team is. Like it's just by chance he wasn't wearing this, but definitely looks like the school dad on the field trip.
So bad.
Oh, boys trip 2026 vibes.
Could you be any less yourself in this photo? Like, I'm convinced Sidney Crosby is just all business in life. Like he's just like he just sleeps, eats, breathes hockey. It's never anything else, and like that's cool in a sense. But like, is there more? Like, is there anything else? I don't know. Like just the picture of leadership, Sidney Crosby. Go get us a gold medal. That's all.
Yeah. all business, but big time party in the back because he is a big old dumper. He's had to speak about it many times. Yeah, I went there this morning, but when we talk about parties and maybe not partying, a storyline out of the Olympic Village involving Team Canada's men's team not staying there.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, are you
It's a bit of a
outraged
weird one.
about this? Okay.
I'm not really outraged. I don't know if it would be my choice necessarily. It's like, hey, I get to go to the Olympics. I'm going to stay in the Athletes Village. We all know like the stories of what goes on in the Athletes Village. It might be a lot of fun. You get to mingle with a lot of other people, see some people from different countries, other professional athletes. Well, not professionals, but amateur athletes from around the world, people that are incredible at their crafts. The U.S. has decided they're going to get the full experience. Living in their dorm rooms, the Kachucks are doing all kinds of crazy stuff, putting each other through walls in their dorms, and the Hughes brothers look like a couple of 10-year-olds on a boys hockey tournament trip. But all that is neither here nor there because Canada has decided, okay, we'll stay a little bit here in the Athletes Village, but yeah, I think we're gonna take this to one of the 5-star hotels and just we're here for business. Okay, we're all about getting this gold medal. We're going to have our nice meeting rooms where we can do video and stuff. And, teams that are staying in the Athletes Village, they don't really have these kind of amenities. So since we have the option, we're going to go and stay in a hotel. They're still enjoying some of the events. I think they were at the speed skating this morning.
Yes.
So they're still doing some of the stuff inside the Athletes Village and around the events. But this team means business. And I'm kind of torn. I'm like, personally, maybe I would have wanted to stay in the Athletes Village if it were me. But from I want Canada to win gold, maybe this is probably the best play. This is probably the way to go about it. Set yourself up well for success. You don't have to sleep on a bed that's like 7 sizes too small for these massive human beings that are these hockey players. No, they get to stay in their king size beds. They don't have to room with anybody. They get room service. They got everything they want. You don't get that at the Athletes Village. So I'm going to say this is a bonus for Canada. This is a bonus for Canada.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a huge bonus. If they have the means and the money to do it, honestly, go for it. It's not that uncommon. I know a lot of NBA players and even some WNBA players during the Summer Olympics, when I covered that a couple of years ago, they stayed in hotels rather than staying within the Olympic Village. And like you mentioned, they're basically staying on futons. They're pretty tiny and like their feet will be going over the bed. Most of them are not used to having a roommate except for their spouse. So when they're on the road, they usually get their own room. So if they're going to be healthy, keeps them focused to get that gold, I am all for it. First time in 12 years, we're seeing the NHLers there. They can do whatever they want as long as it's legal. They're getting sleep and they bring home that gold. I am not going to be mad about that at all. But
did you hear the quote from Nathan McKinnon?
No.
Or read it. He's just like, he was asked like, yeah, but isn't this supposed to be like about the experience? Or aren't you here to have fun? He's like, I'm not here to have fun. If I have fun, that's great, but I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to win a gold medal. It's like, okay, Nate, come on. But, given everything we've heard about Nathan McKinnon being like, you're eating real pasta, get that out of here. Let's go get some chickpea pasta and get you on the right diet. So, yeah, Nathan McKinnon might be a little bit high strung. He's like, I'm not here to have fun. This isn't fun to me. I just want to win gold. Classic.
Well, when we talk about this gold mentality, Team Canada also getting some flack for this whole closed, potentially not open practices, and people are upset that traveled across the world or whatever it may be to go watch them play. Whereas I'm like, hey, I understand the frustration and I'm not mad that they're closing practice, but Dan, I feel like there's a potential you might be on the other side.
Well, I don't know. Like if I were, to be covering the Olympics and it's like, hey, I'm only going to get a handful of practices to see what's going on with Team Canada and they close the practice, I'd probably be a little ticked off. Not that you're going to see too much anyways, but, the way John Cooper described it, like, we didn't change anything. We wanted to get rid of some of the distractions. Like who's distracting you? What people taking photos in the stands, a bunch of reporters that are tweeting out the line rushes. How was that distracting at all? But hey, to each their own. I guess they're, again, all business. So they're doing what they think is going to help them get the most success. But I appreciated the Sweden coach, Sam Hallam, being like, yeah, we didn't really want anybody to see what we were doing on the power play. It's like, oh, at least a little bit of honesty from somebody. Thank you. Even though literally everybody plays the same power play way everywhere in hockey, especially when you have the best players on the planet playing against each other. Like, there's only so many different ways you can play hockey, and there's only so many different power play formations that you've got going. But it's cool. At least you were a little bit more honest than anybody else, being like, we don't want people to see what kind of tricks we're drawing up for our power play units. At least the Swedish coach was somewhat honest with us. John Cooper, he's just playing for the crowd all the time. I love it sometimes, but well, I see your tricks, John.
I can't wait to see all the line changes that he makes. He's known for shuffling them within the NHL. I cannot wait to see what happens for Team Canada's men's team on the ice. And I love in the chat right now, make sure to follow us on YouTube. We have a live chat during the show underneath the Nation Network. Someone's saying the Allen Iverson meme, like, we talk about practice. I love it, but we do need to talk about a brutal Photoshop that happened with Quinn Hughes, but I need you to enlighten everyone, because I thought it was one thing and it turns out this may be a long-running joke.
So I don't know. This is like weird energy. And this is the actual photo that was taken. If you're listening on Spotify or wherever you may be listening to us, it's a photo of the Tkachuk brothers and the Hughes brothers. So the brothers Hughes and the brothers Tkachuk taking a nice, hey, we're a couple of siblings, playing together hockey at the Olympics. This is amazing. What a dream come true. And then the New Jersey Devils just decided, you know what? We're going to cut Quinn Hughes out of the photo. And it's like the worst Photoshop, because there's like 7 legs at the bottom and Quinn is just like awkwardly now not in the photo. So you can easily tell. Yeah. It's so ridiculous. Like, where's Quinn? Why wouldn't they have Quinn in this photo with Matthew and Brady Tkachuk and Jack Hughes? But apparently, as I found out yesterday, this is a thing that the New Jersey Devils have been doing, that any photo with Jack Hughes and Quinn Hughes in it, they cut them out. They've had, photos of all 3 Hughes brothers when they were children, and they cut Quinn out and they just leave Jack and Luke in there because Jack and Luke play with the Devils. Quinn does not. And I just, given the narrative of this season where Quinn Hughes, seemed like he was pushing for a trade to New Jersey to play with his brothers, and New Jersey wasn't able to pull it off, Minnesota did. It just feels like super weird energy, because ever since New Jersey wasn't able to pull off that trade, their season has gone whoop in the tank, and they stink, and they're going to miss the playoffs. So it's just a really weird, like, we're sad we don't have the third Hughes brother. It's just a weird energy that I'm getting from the New Jersey Devils on this. It's a weird bit. I don't find it funny. Maybe somebody does out there. I don't know. It seems like Devils fans are pretty upset about how the whole Quinn Hughes thing played out. So maybe time to retire this bit. I don't know. But
I, for a moment, thought you were from Jersey. That was an amazing accent. It was like, wow, Dan from Jersey. GTL, if anybody remembers. What is that?
Forget about
Jersey
it. Jersey
Shore? Yeah. Oh, scared me for a moment there. We're going to have a lot more Olympic talk on the show, but we have to go to the hard court. Tomorrow, the Raptors are hosting the Pistons, who could be without a number of players. Yes, we've heard of the Malice in the Palace. Well, I don't even know what to call what happened in Charlotte. It was a wild moment where there most likely will be suspensions handed out today. Multiple players ejected, coaches ejected. For those listening,
look at this. Ooh, hand to the face.
With the right hand to the face.
Like, there's full-on fists being thrown, punches connected. Yeah.
I mean,
it looked like
it's not one of those like hold me back fights. It was at times it was, because guys were trying to like de-escalate, but at the same time, it was more of a real fight than we usually get in pro sports, where
not the slap fight that we normally see within the NBA, where someone might like break a nail, but like players running off of the bench, like they were charging at each other, knocking over, like you see the guy diving, the security, to try to stop the player, and full on, like there was such a delay. It just looked like a swarm of like bees. And yes, if you're going to bring up Duncan Robinson,
nothing will ever top the Malice at the Palace, though. Funny that it did include the Detroit Pistons in this one as well, but Ron Artest will live on forever because of the Malice at the Palace.
Yeah, the bad boys. The bad boys are back for the Pistons, but I don't know if you're going to call him a bad boy. If people have not seen this video of Duncan Robinson, who was definitely not involved in the fight in any way possible. Because if you are watching, just just turns
He's
his
just like,
head and walks away.
I'm not having any of this. He's like, I don't need it. I don't need to be a part of this. And he's like, man, people are going to see this and I'm going to get cut up so hard. Like, you can see the gears turning in his head as you watch this whole clip. But like, he had some like real Austin Matthews in a net front scrum energy there. Just like, yeah, I don't, this is not for me. I'm just saying, let's get the power play. I'm going to stay out of this one, guys. Or he does like the fake face wash, like, one of those.
Yeah. Oh, that drives me nuts. Also, man, the chat's just so much more creative than me. They said swarm of hornets. That would have been a better term to use. Nailed it. So that, like, tomorrow when they take on the Pistons, who've been having a fantastic season, especially compared to the last couple, really good chance they're going to be without a couple of their players. And then, hey, if you went to an NBA game and you caught that fight, well, guess what? It was a double night fight lineup last night, because also there was a fight within like the Timberwolves game, and it was just
who knows, there's so much bad energy in the NBA on Mondays. This is crazy. I thought this was only a real world thing.
Yeah, Monday leading up to the All-Star game. I actually love when NBA players fight, or when there's a fight in there, because it's like, hold me back, I'm so tough. And then half the time they don't actually connect. I'll never forget like Serge Ibaka when he tried to punch a guy and like missed so bad. But that does
he might have killed the guy if he punched him for real, though. So
we're glad
maybe a good idea that he didn't land that punch.
But yeah, an interesting storyline going into the Toronto Raptors game. I'm pretty sure those suspensions will be handed out later today. We will keep you updated. But last night, the Raps had their annual Rap City Social. Funds from this event go towards the MLSE Foundation, which they have this amazing launch pad within the community where a lot of kids, get to go and have sports, after school, preschool programming. And then it's just a lot is done in the community through the MLSE Foundation. And it was the highest ticket sales that they've had in the event's history. So it's a great event. But what is going to happen for everybody listening, for those watching, I'm going to have Dan break down kind of the night with me. He's not seen any of this video. And going into it, I'll let you know that there's like a red carpet moment where they all had to strut their stuff, and they came in holding a Raptors bear. So let's take a look at what happened at the Rap City Social. Just start off like, hey, here's the Rap City Social. It was held at the Royal Ontario Museum. So there's dinosaurs there. If you believe in dinosaurs, there was some bones and stuff. They're auctioning off some jerseys. And
Vince
then
Carter jersey?
The Raptor. Yeah, looking great. So here is
BI going all black outfit. I dig it.
Scotty Barnes, Canadian tuxedo.
Jamal Shed, all the Shed heads out here. He looks like James Bond in that outfit.
And then if you keep
Jamal
watching,
Shed, tuxedo. Mama classic.
And here's where a camera guy almost dies, because every time they come out and try to give the Raptors thing, and he gets lower and lower because they're pushing him down and elbowing him in the face.
Jameson Battle had like an accountant vibe going on there. Not gonna lie, like, bro, I know it's tax season, but you play for the Raptors. You don't work at H&R Block. I don't know. It's just,
it was amazing to watch them like walk through, and like something, they brought some swag. They're having fun. Like Pat Delaney, I've never seen anyone run so fast to try to get at the end of the red carpet. But yeah, they all had to walk down with this little Raptors stuffed animal, and they were just trying to look to like give it away from anyone. They're screaming at them to get it. Our camera guy look over, is like getting elbowed, and he's like getting shorter and shorter and shorter for his safety. They're clawing at him. And then Darko gave me his.
Oh, Darko gave you a Raptor.
And I'm
unbelievable.
Not joking when I tell you this. People try to fight me for this, including my dog today. I'm going to give this to my neighbor. She's an 8-year-old girl that loves the Raptors. Nice. By the time I got home, she definitely was sleeping for multiple hours. But I just thought this was hilarious. Like, you see them strut their stuff, some of them loving it. But Taxman, Jameson Battle. I wonder what his fee might be.
I don't know. Probably it looks like a pretty expensive fee. He had a nice suit on, so, and some nice glasses as well. So that probably adds an extra 10% to the fee. So, I'd say he's not cheap.
Well, this is an event where also like there's a little bit of a red carpet. You got to talk to a couple of the players. It's not the time to really ask about basketball. So as you know me, even if I'm supposed to, I'm never going to. So here's a couple moments with Jacoby and Jamal.
We have the All-Star game coming up with Glorilla participating in the Celebrity All-Star game. Do you see her dunking in that game or maybe hitting a three?
I don't know if she'll dunk, but she might hit a three. If you've seen the clip, she was just getting some work in with BI. So, you might see a couple things.
Oh, dunk is crazy. I think who she date. I think we gonna see shots get up. I don't know how many gonna fall. I don't know how many she gonna miss. But if she get hot, she get hot. But I think we gonna see some shots go up though, for real.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble here, but maybe I am. The Oscars are coming up. Which one of your teammates do you think will get an award for Best Dramatic Actor for their acting on the court?
Maul. Maul for sure. Maul is flopping all the time, but he makes it look real. So, that's something he's really good at. So I think Maul.
I was just talking to your buddy Jacoby Walter, and I said the Oscars are coming up. Who on the team would get Most Dramatic Actor for their antics on the court? And he said you. So, do you want to give an acceptance speech, or do you want to give a different answer?
Have y'all heard Scotty scream on the court?
And it comes up short.
Yeah, from like the top of 100.
That is like top 5 funniest things I've ever heard. So maybe Scotty, bro. So when he's getting fouled, he's gonna let you know.
Yeah.
Love
I cannot believe he said Scotty, and then I forgot in that moment when he screamed when he missed the free throw. I'm like, he does scream. Pascal P. Skills used to scream. Well, he actually still screams a lot when he's on the court. And that, like, at one point, like, I couldn't stop laughing. I would cry. But obviously,
if you don't scream, the refs might not see the foul. So, that's you just got to make sure that they notice, right?
Do you think Glorilla will hit a three or potentially get on someone's shoulder to dunk?
I'm going to say no. I saw the video. I think she can hit a couple in the mid range, but I don't know. I don't know if about a three ball. I'm going to fade that one.
I'm going to say it will happen because they're going to like alter it after to show that she hit one. But when we talk about dramatics, Colin Sexton yesterday missed a free throw and he flipped off the rim, which I thought was one of the funniest things, which I saw, I think you quote tweet saying, if this was William Nylander, this would be like a national headline.
Well, it's funny how like one thing is like a national conversation. Like we need to have a summit about William Nylander flipping the bird on camera. And then you have NBA players been like flipping the bird to the rim because they missed a free throw. It's like, it's real. Like it's very relatable energy as well. So I'm digging the Bulls vibe right now. It's like, hey, we're tanking as hard as anybody can possibly tank. We got a bunch of guys that don't even know each other playing together right now. So whatever we can do to make this more fun, we're going to do it. They've had 2 viral moments in the last 3 days. You had the Ivy whipped pass to the key, and now this. It's just like, man, the Bulls are just getting on viral moments for all the wrong reasons. You know what? When you're trying to suck, I guess that's fine.
I couldn't believe that was a real moment. So I went and found the actual full highlight from it because there's a bunch of memes of this already. It's like that would be my meme if I were to quote it, being like, when I hear they're charging extra for guac, I would absolutely flip them off. I wouldn't actually flip them off, but come on now. But something I do want to flip off involves the NBA and tanking. I know a lot of Raptors fans were not happy, which, by the way, we will have Elvis Stojko on in a moment. We're also going to speak to Ricky Doke and a couple of the silver medalists who won for speed skating at the Olympics today for Team Canada and speed skating. But Utah Jazz, they're tanking. And it's just blatantly obvious. It sucks if you're a fan. It sucks if you're a member of the Utah Jazz, including Triple J, who recently came there from the Memphis Grizzlies. After the game, Utah's coach was asked how close they were to playing Laurie as well as Triple J. He's like, not even close. This is multiple games in a row that they've sat in the fourth quarter, which is not anything new. You see this happening with the Raptors last year and with other teams. When they're trying to lose, they will sit their star players, which that sucks for the fans. This sucks for the players. They're competitive and want to win, and the NBA needs to fix this. The OKC Thunder apparently being investigated right now because of them sitting players during a nationally broadcast game that may not have been as injured as they said they were, and they're looking into that. They should focus on investigating when players have to be sat in the fourth quarter because they're trying to lose. This is not great for the NBA, and I don't think it's great for the teams or the players. I know there are fans that are all for the tank, but as someone that loves the game and wants to see them compete, I don't want to see Triple J have to sit there after he was recently traded. And I'll tell you, he damn well doesn't want to have to sit on the bench. So, Dan, do you think this is an issue in the NBA, or am I once again just making a bunch of nothing out of something?
No, you are 100% bang on this one, Linz. It's a problem. And I know Adam Silver and the rest of the league has been looking into ways that they can deter against tanking. It was a big part of their meetings recently. So this is a problem that the league is also acknowledging. And for the longest time, I mean, the way North American sports are set up, you benefit from tanking, right? We've seen it. Look at the San Jose Sharks. Are they mad about tanking for Macklin Celebrini right now? Absolutely not. So you have competing like mindsets here where it's like, yeah, nobody likes the idea of tanking, but the sports, at least in North America, reward tanking, whether you're in the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, or also, of course, the National Hockey League. When you suck, you get a better chance at getting the next best player coming. The Houston Astros, before they built their dynasty and cheated to continue that dynasty going, it was built on 3 or 4 years of just awful baseball. They would get 0 television ratings. Like literally they would register 0 on their TV ratings. That's how bad they were as a baseball team before they got the Bregmans and Springers and all these guys that brought them championships. So when you reward this level of play, you are asking teams to do this. And that's where the problem lies. The problem I have with this specifically, though, is generally like tanking happens in the front office, right? It's a general manager and those above him being like, you know what, our best way forward, our best way for the future right now is to just suck. Okay, we need to suck bad for the next few years. We'll get some good players, good young players, cheap, controllable players in here, and then we'll build a winning roster around them. And it's never been about coaches and players tanking. But now with the way things are happening in the NBA, and you see what happened with the Utah Jazz, Lauri Markkanen and Jalen Johnson getting benched in the fourth quarter of a game. I think they were winning at the time, and both of those guys were just playing their minds off. When they get benched in the fourth quarter, now that's on the coach. And that's what changes the conversation here because, you know, there's a lot of gambling going on in sports. We're seeing it everywhere. Obviously, it's a problem when, you know, maybe somebody's putting in a live bet on the opposition and all of a sudden Lauri Markkanen and Jalen Johnson are coming out of the game in the fourth quarter because, you know what, we'd prefer to lose this game. So it raises so many issues aside from the obvious one of it just takes away the competitiveness of the sport, which is what we watch it for, which is what we love it for, which is what these guys play it for. And that is the biggest problem with the way that it has developed and started to evolve in the NBA.
Yeah, they need to stop this. Adam Silver, call us, come on our show, whatever it may be. We have solutions for your clear problem within the league. And a fun problem I just realized I have is that this little Raptor that I got from Darko was actually signed by him. I don't want to give it to my neighbor's kid who's going to love this. Are they going to appreciate that Darko Reactor signed this? Man, this is awesome. What a giveaway.
Darko, that's an all-star head coach, Darko Rajakovic.
Head coach, let's go. We will have more Raptors conversation tomorrow as they get ready to take on the Pistons. We'll know who will not be in that game for both sides. Also, as you saw, Jakob was walking there. He looked great. His back looked great. I know he's conditioning to return to play. But
so it's a little easier walking the red carpet than like, you know, man in the paint in an NBA game. But just throwing that out there, Linz. I don't know. Same, my guy. If you could try one Olympic sport, what would it be? And in the chat, let us know, what would it be? I mean, I feel like I could do short track speed skating. You know, I've got like, I can get low. You know, I've got the big like soccer Italian legs, so I got some power in my stride. But selfishly, and not because of any recent developing stories or anything like that, but like the ski jump has always been something that I find super cool. Like you're just sailing through the air, overlooking a city, flying off the top of a mountain. And yeah, you get to jump like what, 90 meters or something. I would probably not get anywhere close to that. And my technique would probably cause me to fall and crash to my immediate death. But I still feel like it would be a lot of fun to try something like that. If I could do it in some kind of safe capacity, that would be it.
You would need like the harness for like Cirque du Soleil, where you know that you would just properly land, and then have a parachute, and then below you have like a million pillows or something like that. That is one sport I will never understand, how people try that jump for the first time in their life, which I can't wait to ask Elvis Stojko about. You know, how do you prepare to do like a triple axel or triple sow cow or whatever it may be? I don't understand. It's that one I can't watch live because it freaks me out so much that someone will get hurt. Yeah, but I had the opportunity recently to try a sport I've never tried before, which was speed skating, which is extremely different if you ever skate with hockey skates or figure skates. And yes, if you did not know, today Team Canada won their first Olympic silver medal in speed skating mixed relay. So congratulations to them. And guess what? I got to hang out with some of them. Yeah, go Team Canada. I was in Montreal, including Riccio, who is amazing. She's in the Olympics for the first time, and I will warn you, there's a lot of screaming in this. So here's just what happened when Grandma Lindsay went on the ice. Sorry, guys.
Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's go.
Wait, are these all media skating? I don't even want to hold your hand because I don't want to trip you.
It's fine. Here, we'll
Are
go
you
together.
sure?
Yeah.
I don't want you.
Arms. You got the arms.
We are all muscle here. I'm so
Do you
scared.
want to try a crossover? We can hold on to
wait,
this.
are you nuts? Do I want to try a crossover? So,
I got you.
I'm not leaving this.
I think it's better than hockey
Nobody
skates.
else is using them. Leading up to the Olympics, what is the mindset right now?
Right now we're doing finishing touches on everything, like passing, blocking. I'm doing the relay, so it's like super exciting. I like to skate relay more than individually because it's like you win with the group and you're not winning with yourself. So I think that's exciting. And now we're just working on perfecting everything, getting some more strength so I can skate lower.
The positioning, things are important, how you move your legs. I know nothing, and I'm going to say most people watching this also don't know. We appreciate what you do, but don't understand all the techniques.
Mm-hmm. So the first thing, the lower you are, the faster you'll go. So like you want to bring, it's actually not so bad. See, and you're more you're more compact. We're good.
Yeah, the fall is from my side.
So basically, you just like bring your ankles, flexion your knees forward, and then you just bend. Yeah, that's good.
I'm doing it.
And then like, could you extend one leg?
Okay, I'll let you do that.
So you just like that, and then you go to the other
and then you
side.
move your leg.
Whoa! And then the next side.
Man, it must feel like you're flying.
Yeah. The lower you are, the longer your pushes are, and you go faster. And then you like really like load this leg so that you take it, and then you put, and you're like sitting all your weight on your left butt. And then you're pushing inside with your right leg. It's like a dual thing, and then cross.
Man, you look so cool even when we're not doing it.
The pivot is fun.
Wait. Cross.
Yeah! And then bring it, and then
Can you line dance? Because
I've tried.
I was like, it just looked like you're doing some kind of
Dance is going on.
So I look at this and you're saying, how much off-ice training are you doing with weights? Or
weights we do like in the weight room or twice a week, where it's like I do like one leg squat, and then we have like back squat. It's just like to load the legs basically. The turn is the hardest.
I'm gonna use the grandma thing.
It's so low though.
I'm so excited. Look at me go.
Good.
Yeah, wait, can you walk me through the mindset when you're taking that turn? Like, do you just black out because you guys are just going so fast?
Sometimes like when I fall and stuff, I don't even know how I like kind of like forget the way I fell. I have to like go back to the video and see it. Otherwise, I'll like forget. But in the corner, yeah, it's just kind of like, sometimes it's just like, Jesus, take the wheel. Hope I'm in the right spot. Hope the ice holds up. And then it's like where we get our speed the most.
How fast do you think I'm going right now? Like 100
You're going
miles
actually,
per
you're
hour?
going really
Like, I got
fast.
some speed on me.
You've got some speed.
I've got some speed.
Like I'm pushing.
Okay, so let's go through this moment finally happening. You finally book your ticket to the Olympics. The emotions of that.
That was something I never thought would happen. And it's been like a dream since I was like 5 years old, watching the Olympics in my basement. So for like them to call me and be like, yeah, you've been selected, I was like overjoyed, over the moon, super excited. Like, even if I'm not doing the 500 there, which I would have liked to, I'm just excited to go. Like, I feel like already that's like a huge thing.
One Olympics at a time though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe in 4 years.
So when you're doing the relay, it's like 7,000 laps. Come on guys.
27.
How do you keep that intensity when like you're doing yours, then you're seeing your teammate go?
But yeah, in a relay, I feel like I have so many like trust in my like other teammates that even if we're third or fourth, not in the qualifying, I push them and I'm like, no worry in the world that we're gonna make it through. And it's just like, I think we've worked so much on trust that it's almost less stressful going into a relay because I have so much trust in them, yeah. I used to not really like it.
Oh, really?
I was stressed because I was like, my part's done. I'm done, I pushed, I'm done. And then now it's like I have more confidence in myself, my team, so it's like they trust me, I trust them. It's more like open. Before I felt like the weak link. I was like, I'm done, my job's done. But now it's like, I want to go more, I want to do more, I want to have more fun and everything.
I don't have ankle strength.
You're going on the ice?
Yeah, stay far away.
You're going to have an Olympian coaching you.
I know, I can't skate, so I'll keep them far away from me. Don't
Can't
worry.
skate yet. Wait in 10 minutes. You may be on the team in 2030.
I am 7,000 years old, but thank you for your confidence in me, sir.
Go to the start. Ready?
Yes, and then thank you.
The start position was great.
Did you by chance have the opportunity to see my amazing performance on the ice that got me this medal that not everyone else got?
Yes, it was good. For 15 years before, I've never seen someone wear some long skate for the first time and be good. So that's okay.
No, be real. How funny is it for you guys to see us look like drunk giraffes out there? You can make fun.
No, I think it puts in perspective how hard the sport is, because sometimes I am hard on myself and then I see, people try it and skate, and it's way more complicated than I have it in my mind. So no, but it's great. I think you guys skated amazing, and trying long blades for the first time is not easy for anyone. Trust me, even like professional hockey players try the long blades, and it's completely a different feeling. So don't be too hard on yourself.
Got a signed hat from the Olympians, and I got a medal, because all I do is win, win, win. Just kidding. I lost so bad. It was embarrassment. Yeah. No. A little bit of Monica by ours and a little bit of Rita's.
I'm so impressed, Linz. I'm so impressed. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I had to mute myself in case all of my
you were
laughing at you
laughing.
was going to air.
I've been so nervous to share this video, which, by the way, please go to our YouTube underneath the Nation Network. We have more video on there, including multiple members of Canada's silver winning Olympics squad today. we're going to have more of their interview and them talking about behind the scenes. Just, I will let you guys know I wore leather pants because I did not want to fall and thought it would help for more cushioning. Everybody else wore like the actual Team Canada uniforms. I wore the biggest sweater I had, which is this Great Roots Canada sweater. But it's terrifying, and it's so much different than I've had figure skates and hockey skates. The blades are so long, how you have to balance on them. And then when you lean over to try to take the turn, all of the mechanics that go into it was insane. Also, that was chaotic. And I've been so nervous to show you that I was the only person that used the assisted program get around.
Lynn's
the
got her
ice.
walker out, so you know.
I was like, no.
Hey, you got a participation medal, so that's nice.
Yes.
You were able to stay on your feet for a period of time,
Other people
so that's
fell. I
also
did not.
impressive. Yeah,
I did not fall.
It was very kind of them to be so nice to you when you were asking about your performance and what they thought. But that's okay. Kidding aside, like I've never worn the long blade, so it's like easy to throw stones from where I'm sitting right now, and it's still like it does put into perspective like what they do and how crazy it is. And you see the chat watching, like, how do they take those turns so fast? It's like literally every time the Olympics rolls around and I start watching speed skating again, and it's just like, these people are freaks. How are they going so fast? 55, 60 kilometers an hour, taking these turns, and, also trying not to like clip themselves with these massive blades that are flying or clip each other while they're on the ice. It's just, it's crazy. And what a sport.
They're so fast when they go around those turns, and like I mentioned, where they have to lean over. I had no idea the weight training that went into it. And Courtney, who was one of the people I clipped near the end, who, like I mentioned, was on the squad today winning silver, actually over exercised and over prepared recently that she got injured. And like, it's just interesting to see when they were all telling me, like, so this happened a couple of weeks ago in Montreal, how they were actually all in resting mode. Where we hear from a lot of other sports that they would be like training so crazy to try to peak right when the Olympic happens, or when you get, to the NHL or NBA finals, they want to be at their best so that they peak there. They were actually in rest mode. They wanted to let their body recover and kind of be as fluid as they could when they went on the ice. And to me, it's just so fascinating, all the intricacies about it. So please go watch the interview and listen to all of our amazing Canadian athletes, which speed skating is the top sport for Canada. At the Olympics, all they do is win, win, win. And thank you to Intact Insurance for letting me go and be a part of it. It was just honestly one of the coolest experiences I've had in my life, that they took the time to deal with dumb Lindsay, who I didn't know any of the mechanics. I have no upper body strength. And let me tell you, my butt hurt after doing a couple laps, because you do have to get so low. And the race, we cut that all out because I clearly got my butt kicked by all the other media. So
you didn't even get off the blocks, so it's okay.
No, I did not. But she said my form was great, and that's why I got a medal. So on that note, we have to talk about figure skating. Obviously, this is an event, even year-round when it's not the Olympics, when you look at the World Championships and Canadian Championships, that people watch because there's so much, little moments that happen, and everything from their music to their performance to the storytelling to the mechanics. It's insane. If you had to be a figure skater, what would be your song that you think you would go out and perform to? And if you say Pearl Jam, we're muting your mic.
I mean, there's probably a few good Pearl Jams that you could use, like State of Love and Trust or something like that. I don't know. Okay. It would probably, this is the Woodbridge in me coming out, but like, that song Julia, I don't even know who sings it, but like when it comes on at an Italian wedding, or when I used to go to clubs and it would come on, like, it's the best song. So Z103 still plays it because that's Z103 catering to the Woodbridge crowd. But that Julius, I think I could do a great performance, a short program around that song.
We need to make this happen. We need you to hang out with Canada's figure skating squad and see how this happens. Get you in a leotard with some bedazzles and all that other stuff.
Nobody
I'm
wants to
here
see me
for
in a
it.
leotard.
I don't know what the world thinks. I'm sure your wife would like that. We could also, there was a guy that he dressed in his short program for the Minions, and because of copyright, he couldn't do that. I love the Minions. But somebody who knows all about winning performances and had some real badass rocker looks is Elvis Stojko, who, if by chance you do not know who he is, because maybe you're one of our listeners that are not from Canada. If you're Canadian, I really hope you know who he is. He's a 2-time Olympic silver medalist in figure skating, 3-time world figure skating champion, 7-time Canadian figure skating champion. The list goes on. And Dan and I had the chance to speak to him just before the show about Canada at the Olympics and just everything figure skating and so much more. Take a listen. Elvis, we are so happy to have you on the program today. We know you are, I think, the busiest human I've ever met. I need to get a couple quick questions out of the way. First of all, do you have a nickname?
A nickname. When I was competing, it was the Terminator. I've got Stodgy, Stoiks. I've got a bunch of different, and sometimes it's just E. My wife calls me when I'm not in trouble, but it's serious. She's Stojko. That's what she calls me, Stojko.
Yeah,
I love that. Well, I'm calling you E-Money because everything you do is money, except for something you did recently where I actually think you're batshit crazy, and I was trying to find a nickname out of this. We have a photo of you doing some exercise. Come on. Tell me
this
this
looks like
was
Rocky
just for
IV
the
when he's
gram.
training
Yeah.
for the fight against Ivan Drago. You know, is this what you were doing here, Elvis?
This is old school. So I was working out in the basement and I was just training. I was like, it was getting really warm and I'm like, I think I'm going to do some cold weather training outside because it was nice and crisp. And I took the heavy log. That's a Kung Fu log for hands and getting ready for, because I went down to Sebring to do some testing in the car. And then I'm racing in Road Atlanta in March. And I did some testing. My wife was like, where is my husband? And she goes outside and she did a little like live Instagram. She's like, I found him. What the hell are you doing? And I'm like, I'm working out outside. And then she posted, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
Stojko. That's what she should have said in that moment because you were crazy on that. But when obviously we talk about the Olympics and you are a G, as kids might say, in the Olympics and everything that you do in life. But when you first land a quadruple double combo or a quadruple triple combo, how in the HE double hockey sticks do you even workshop that for the first time?
Well, first you start out doing single jumps and then double jumps and then triple jumps and then you just keep progressing. And there's dryland training you do to preparatory stuff to get there. But it's not like you just sort of go out and you start trying quads. You have to build yourself up to it. Now the kids are like doing every quad there is. And Ilya Malinin from the US, who's just an absolute phenom doing quad axles, which I was doing on the harnesses when I was a kid, and just the thought of trying to land one was just so far away for us at the time. But with training and with new equipment and all sorts of new sciences and understandings of the body, of course in hockey too, it just expands the body, understanding the body and how we adapt, how we learn, how we train, how we eat, how we sleep. All these things matter, and just those little things, just at the highest level. Just a little margin can make a huge difference.
Well, if anybody's seen you, post Olympics doing stars on ice or just posting amazing content on social media or helping people train, you're doing crazy flips and everything like that. But we saw backflip for the first time in the Olympics. Your reaction when you see that?
Well, honestly, it was funny because there was someone writing an article about Saria Bonnelly back in 1998, where it was her final competition. And she was the one that could do a backflip. And the biggest thing back then, I mean, it was banned because it was not only dangerous, but you had to land it on one foot. But she could do that. A lot of people don't know she was like a world junior tumbling champion.
Yes.
So she phenomenal, and I toured with her for years. And I remember my coach, Ushi Kessler, at the time, a choreographer, we were good friends with her and her mom, and we were on practice with her when she was getting ready for her competition. We had finished competing, the men finished competing, so we went and was at the boards with her while she was on practice. And we wanted to support Saria, and she was going through a lot, and she the short program, she didn't get the mark she deserved and all this other stuff. So we were like, we're going to go support Saria. She was like, I think I want to do the backflip. And her mom, myself, and Ushi Kutsu were like, just do it. Just, this is your final swan song. Just do it. What are they going to do? Like, and you can do it on one foot because no one else can do that. So technically it's kind of illegal, but she was able to land it on one foot. And, a lot of people thought she was banned from competition after that. She wasn't. It was just, she was the first one to do it on one foot in competition. And now they've allowed it in competition. And now the first one with Elia doing it, and a lot of the guys are doing it on a regular basis.
The Olympics are so great because, I'd like to watch more figure skating, but I got to say, Elvis, being honest, I only watch it around Olympic time and, some of the highlights as they come through. But I saw Steven Gogolev on Saturday in the team dance in his short program, and he was incredible, man. He got the crowd going. And tonight's the men's single short program. What have you seen from Steven, and what impresses you about him?
Well, Steven's had a pretty – he was one of those phenoms at a very, very young age. He was doing triple axels and quads, and he was a little kid – very wiry but small, and then all of a sudden he grew and the body changed, his center of gravity changed, everything changed. He had trouble jumping, he was getting injury after injury after injury. He's gone through an incredible process to get here, and now that it's happening, I'm really happy for him because he's skating well. He can get out there and do his jumps and do the technical part, and once that's settled, he can enjoy his skating and perform. And that's what's so amazing. And I think he's matured, and a lot of skaters don't make it through what he went through. That growth spurt can change so many things, where in hockey, it's a good thing. Yeah, your balance changes, but the bigger you get, the stronger you get. It's actually an advantage for you. In figure skating, it can be a disadvantage. It happened to me. I'm still not that tall, but I mean, I grew 3 inches in one summer or 4 inches in one summer, and I lost everything. Everything I trained since I was a kid, I lost. I had to relearn it all. So for him now, doing what he's doing and skating so well at his first Olympics, I'm cheering him on, and it's phenomenal for Canada. And he's got another Olympics in him, I think, if he can keep the injuries at bay. But he's got quads, and he was a phenomenal skater at a young age, and now he's coming into his own.
How do you handle the nerves of the Olympics? It's like, hey, this is the moment I've worked my whole life for, and one little mistake, or a judge has a bad day, and maybe I'm not going to be able to live out my dream, or I'll miss out on that medal chance. How do you handle nerves when it comes to an Olympic Games?
Well, basically, like any athlete, but there's the way you place your mind. There's the inner monologue, and I use that a lot when I'm coaching kids, no matter if it's racing cars or hockey or skating or what have you, is the inner monologue. And the demons always come out at the pressure times, the doubts and all these things. And you can only control in your environment. So you break down the things that you can't control. You put them aside and go, I can't control the judges. I can't control the full outcome of the event. All I control is myself in the moment. I can control my thoughts, thus controlling my body. So controlling my breathing, controlling all of that. And I remember even in '98 when I had my injury, I couldn't control certain aspects, but I was able to control the way I was feeling. So I would go and talk to my coach if something was off, or if I get a spike in adrenaline. It's also control of energy output. So we used to have a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being completely sleeping and 10 being jacked and too high. So I have different levels of energy that I use for different things. For skating, when I was competing, I needed to be about a 7. If I was a 9, I was too high. If below that, it was too low. So I could have crisp jumping and everything there, but in a controlled setting, because I didn't want to overfire. So it's all of these things coming together, but the most important thing is the self-talk and blocking out the things that you cannot control. And when you cross the line, you get on the ice, you have to hold things together. You have to have that strength to stand up. And you actually literally feel the pressure down on your shoulders. And you have to stand up and get your body in that position. Because our body wants to go in fight or flight. And in martial arts, we call it turtling. Your body wants to turtle. which our body goes to the fetal position because it's there the longest out of any position we are in our lives. We're there for 9 months. So our body goes there. For skating, not a good position to be in. So you want to stand up against it. So when I work with kids, I tell them to the self-talk and stand up and get your body in that position, and you got to stay strong. And that's where the mental part comes in. And a lot of times it's the warrior, and you got to fight through it because it's not an easy thing.
You know, I wish we could have you on here for an hour. We have to have you on again to talk about your amazing racing career that's also happening. But we'll try to rapid fire as many questions as we can in the next 5 minutes. Just you talk about the mentality and things you can and cannot control. When it comes to judging, how do you feel that that has changed maybe since you were there? Because I know like there's a lot of focus on, you know, the storytelling and the technique. Do you feel that there's been a big change on how the sport's been judged?
It's basically the same. I mean, the format and the way they changed it from back in 2004 and 2005 when we had the 6-0 system. I mean, the point system, there's a lot of positives to it. There's negatives to it. There's always going to be that, just, you know, the discrepancy between the two. You know, and skating's always going to have the, you know, artistry versus technical aspect. You're going to have people that love the technical aspect, the athletics of it, the athleticism, and then you're gonna have people that are like, well, I want more artistry, he wasn't artistic. And there's people that they throw that around. They'll just be like, well, he's not artistic enough, or she's not artistic enough. And but it's so fine-tuned now. There's so many details involved, and it gets very confusing for people. Even for me, I don't watch it a whole lot. You know, I watch the skaters now and then. As soon as I hear something new or a new skater, I'll go and watch. But the marking system, I mean, you need, like, it's like hieroglyphics. You need like a a course in all of this, and it's pretty crazy, the change. But overall, the judging itself is pretty much the same how it was back then. It's just way more detailed. They extract every little detail between both sides, technical and artistic.
So you've gone from the ice to behind the wheel. From the outside, it's like, well, that couldn't be two more contrasting sports. What are the parallels from figure skating to car racing?
I had a friend of mine who skates, adult skater, a coach. She used to be an OPP officer, and I took her out for some skid pad work in my car. I have a training car, and she was explaining, like I was explaining to her, she asked me, you know, what, like, because of skating, what's the connection? So I'm in the car, drifting the car, doing control work and all this stuff. And I told her about how with the grip level of, you know, the actual tire, and then on the skates, the same thing, there's a grip level that you have and you can feel. And when you're locked in, when you're a newbie on the ice, you want to be locked in and you want to feel secure. And then when you get really good, you can feel the blades start to dance underneath you. That's the translation from a good driver to someone that's really good, where you beginner, where you want to be locked in and then you get really good and then the car dances underneath you. Then you have angle, you have inertia, you have G-force, you have load. We have that in skating, and we have it in racing and in car control. So when I was explaining it to her, though, that's probably the most basic way I can explain it. And the internal gyro of feel that I have from skating, I go into a car and now I have that gyro. It's very, very sensitive, and I picked it up very quickly because of that.
Next time when we have some more time with you, we're only going to talk racing, because I was telling Dan before, one of the coolest experiences of my life is when you took me around the track and I didn't vomit. I was so proud of myself. So thank you for that.
Good job, Lindsay.
But 2 quick questions about figure skating. I am rocking an original Ricky Martin shirt from 1999, his tour. We're seeing a couple dancers using his tunes, as well as Eiffel 65, Spice Girls. How important is the music selection when you are creating that moment on the ice?
Well, it's getting more and more complicated because of the issue with music rights. So that's you could find a perfect piece, and then all of a sudden you either have to pay for it, or you can't use it, or it has to be cleared. There's so many different aspects. But as a skater, music is what makes it. It's the inkling. Like when my wife and I are searching for something for the show, you know, I'll be listening movie soundtracks. I check on YouTube. I listen to the radio, and something that really sparks. And we'll pick like 10 or 15 selections, go onto the ice, and then just skate it out. And sometimes you think it's going to be awesome, and you get on the ice and you're like, oh, this didn't work. And vice versa. You're like, okay, this might not be too bad. I like the song. You get on the ice and it works beautifully. It is the core to to why you skate. I love the connection with athleticism, the artistry, and you put it to music, and it sets a mood, and that emotion is what creates that excitement and connects us to the audience.
Connecting with the audience is something you've also done in the new Netflix series. I want to Finding Her Edge. And the reason I stumbled is because I laughed at one of the headlines. It's like, the original bad boy of figure skating is in this. That is you. Over 12 million people have consumed part of the first season. You play Kevin Seymour. Just being a part of that show, because that's also a different part of your creative aspect.
Yeah, people ask, where'd this come from? I started when I was a kid. I was grade 5, 10, 11 years old and in school. And it's been something I've been doing on and off, most of my life. And I've always loved that part of the art form of acting. I love the acting, and it is in skating as well, but you have to learn the speech and the all of that stuff, the dialogue and memorization and character development. And I absolutely love it. And we just got greenlit for the second season, and I'm super excited because there's going to be more of Kevin Seymour in the show, which is great. As I don't want to let spoilers, people haven't seen it yet, but I'm a major, kind of a bit of a nemesis to the main character. So it's great. The cast was amazing. It's just enough so people can go, who is this guy and what is he doing? And it's been amazing. It's such a great project to be part of. Of course, it's shot here in Canada, which is amazing, and I'm very excited to be shooting it later this year for second season.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations on that. No, I loved it, because anyone that's ever met you are like the nicest human on earth. So people need to go watch it just to see how amazing your acting skills are. But yeah, also in Murdoch Mysteries, Hudson and Rex, like, you have a long list of acting. I know it's not your first rodeo, but thank you for your time. I know you're very busy, so E-Money, we appreciate you, but we got to have you back on to talk racing in the future, okay?
For sure. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you. E-Money!
E-Money. I love how you just give people their I love how you just give people that sort of a nickname, right? Just right off the top, like off the top.
You won't love it when I eventually give you a nickname. I just haven't thought of one yet.
It's just Reach.
So,
it's just Reach.
That's the nickname that your friends gave you. So I'm now your best friend, and I have to think of a different one. If people have an idea in the chat of a nickname I should be calling him during the show, I know for a while the nickname was like Tidy Whities, but we're not going with that. That's going back to like episode 5. Yeah,
Okay.
It was. Chat will have
Sure.
my back. But
now
hey,
you're just making things up.
I am not. We have video evidence of this, but let's take a look at your ProLine pick of the day. The new ProLine app is here with the new ProLine app just in time. Well, this is a dated read I have, so I'm just going to pull on Ron Burgundy. It almost happened because I almost said Super Bowl. So how about this? There is a new ProLine app. It is fantastic. It's not your old ProLine app. It has betting all along the app with ProLine Plus. Betting in store with ProLine are both easier than ever with the new ProLine app, just in time for any sporting event you want. It has you covered now with more ways to get same game parlays for your favorite sports. Dan, what do you have?
Well, I was thinking a couple of different things today. I was looking at Team Canada against USA, maybe thinking about, should I happiness hedge? But I really don't want to bet against Canada. In my heart of hearts, I'm not going to do that. So I'm looking at the NBA, and it is the New York Knicks against the Indiana Pacers tonight at MSG. Jalen Brunson is going to put up some points against the Pacers. Over 26.5 points is what we are looking for with Jalen Brunson as the Knicks take on the Pacers in one of 4 games across the NBA.
Let's go. Let's hope there are no fights tonight in the NBA. Just kidding. I love it as long as no one
Especially
seriously
not for
gets
Jalen
hurt.
Brunson.
Yeah, I am here for it, though, as long as no one actually seriously gets hurt. But before we go, we have pitchers and catchers reporting to most spring training facilities across Major League Baseball, including your Toronto Blue Jays. Unless it's Justin in the chat, we boo you for being a Dodgers fan. Just kidding. You're welcome to the chat, whoever you cheer for. But Dylan Cease, one of your newest Toronto Blue Jays, showing up to...
Oh, my God. What is he wearing? Is that a Donald Duck shirt? Wow.
It is a Donald Duck shirt accompanied by... I don't know, sweatpants, but that's definitely a Donald Duck shirt. Who knew he was such a fan of the Quack Man? That is.
I can't wait for you to ask him about his fashion sense, Linz.
I will. I immediately wrote that in my notes.
This is the content we need.
Yeah, I will be.
Donald Duck of all people. Dylan sees $210 million. I'm just going to wear a weird Donald Duck shirt to my first day at Dunedin Blue Jays spring training camp. That's great. It's great.
Maybe it's a super rare Donald Duck shirt from like 1958 that only, Disney people got. Who knows? We will get to the bottom of this when I'm at spring training, but it is a look. Blue Jays on their social posting their arrivals, including one of Earn Dog saying, "We're so back." And we will so be back tomorrow for Off the Roster. We will be talking a lot of baseball, basketball, Olympics, a little bit of everything, but hopefully no Mambo number 5. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Off the Roster.
Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more Off the Roster content, make sure to like and hype